Okay, so the question is, the area of a parking lot is 600 square meters. A car requires 6 square meters. A bus requires 30 square meters. The attendant can handle only 60 vehicles. Let X be the number of cars and Y be the number of bus. If a car charged $2.50 and a bus $7.50, how many of each should be accepted to maximize income? First of all, let's understand the question. Let us assign X to be the number of cars and Y to the as the number of bus. So for the parking lot, it is only 600 square meters. And it can only, the attendant can only handle 60 vehicles. So remember, the number of the cars and bus cannot be more than these numbers. One car is 6 square meters and one bus is 30 square meters. So from this, we can make an equation. So let's start with making the two equations. First of all, let's start with the 60, right? Because it's smaller. And 60 is the number of vehicles. And as we can see here, the numbers of cars and bus are represented with X and Y. So we can make it to X plus Y, because this will be the number of the vehicles, right? And it can only handle 60 vehicles, which means that the number cannot be more than 60. The total of X plus Y cannot be more than 60, which is why we use the sign of less than or equal to 60. So the numbers, the total numbers of a car plus bus is less than or equal to 60. And then for the square meters, for the area, because the one car needs 6 square meters of area, we will make it as 6x plus 30 square meters, 30y, the same as before. It cannot be more than 600, which means we use the sign less than or equal to 600. Less than or equal to 600. So another information is also that the car charge $2.50, right? And then the bus charges $7.50. We want to find the maximum income, right, from these cars and buses. So we can make another equation, which is 2.5x plus 7.5y 7.5y equals to A. A in here is the maximum income that we can get. So we assign A as the maximum income, right? So we have our equation here, 2.5x, 2.5 numbers of cars plus 7.5 buses or Y equals to A, which is the maximum income. Okay, so now we first will use the graphing method, because there are actually two methods to solve this question. First, we will start with the graph. So I have inserted my two equations here. X plus Y is less than or equal to 60, and 6x plus 30y is less than or equal to 600. Now, because we want to find the maximum income, right, it means that we need to use the points in which the numbers are the maximum. So, of course, we will just ignore the points here, because there are we will focus on the points that are like the maximum. So ignore the points here. We will take 3 points in which the numbers are the maximum, which is here. It is when the Y is the maximum, which is 20, so 0.20. And the second coordinate is when the X is the maximum, which is 60, so 60.0. And lastly, we will also take the point in the intersection here, which is the 50.10. So we have already got our 3 possible coordinates. Now we have gotten these 3 points, right? We will just be including them in this equation. So first one is 2.5 we insert a 0 as the x plus 7.5 times 20. So it will be 0 plus 150, which equals to 150. So for the first point, we will get of $150. For the second, it's 2.5 times 60 plus 7.50, which will be 150 plus 0, and we will also get the same amount, which is 150. So for both of them, we will both get 150. And then now let's move on to the last one, which is 50.10. So 2.5 times 50 plus 7.5 times 10. 7.5 plus 10. So we will be inputting that. 2.5 times 50 will be 125 plus 7.5 times 10, it is 75. So in total for this one, we will get 200. So from these three equations, we can see that the point 50, point 10 will gain the most income, which is $200. So with that, we can conclude that the numbers, the maximum numbers of cars and bus that will gain the maximum income are 50 cars and 10 buses. We can also prove this using another way. So the other way to do this, to find the answer to this question, is that we can use elimination. So I have put here, we can, when doing elimination, we can change the sign to the equal sign. So I want to make the x the same, right? Because we need either the x or the y to be the same. So I want to make the x the same. 6x, I will make this also into 6x. Now, because we have made this into 6, we also need to multiply the other two with 6, which means that the y will be 6y, and 6 times 60 will be 360. Now, because both the x have positive sign, we use subtraction. We can just cross out the x. So 6x minus 6y minus 30y is negative 24y. 360 minus 600 is negative 240. So to get rid of the negative 24 in the y, we can just divide it, right? So this one divided by 24, which makes this negative 10. 10. So y is equals to 10. And with that, now we can use the y in either one of this equation. Now that we have known that y is equals to 10, we can put the y in either of this equation, and I will choose the first one. So x plus 10 is less than or equal to 60. So I will move the 10 to the right. So x less than or, remember, if we move it to the other side, we need to change this sign, right? So from positive 10 to negative 10. So the x is less than or equal to 50. So from this, we can know that to gain the maximum income, we need 50x or 50 cars plus 10y. So our answer using the graph before was correct. So by having 50 cars and 10 buses, we can gain the maximum profit, maximum income of $200, just like from the answer that we have before using the graph. Now with that, we can conclude that our answer is 50 cars and 10 buses. We need 50 cars and 10 buses to reach the maximum income of $200.